Correct about it in this
Listen,
bitch.
Explain
All
to the
right.
rec what's happening.
Yeah,
But
I
for the
got
rec,
you. No, I
for the
got you. I got
recording,
you. Yeah, for the recording, the topic is Ghostie. My opponent, Lucas, has Kuzan. The
Yeah.
judge is Infinity on spot, and I guess I need a mod. I guess I'm like a
Ezekiel
fucking
on
dog with
rec
a
too.
timeout. Oh, is he you and Taylor can do it? Did you DM him?
Yeah, I'll talk to him later. Don't worry.
Did you make him aware of this? Or go make him aware. Go make him aware.
He'll be fine. Don't worry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So that being said, can you please?
Wait, what'd you say? I think you cut out.
Yeah, I said that being said, can you please go ahead and give your argument for as to why Kuzan is over Gear 5 Luffy? Oh, by the way, I'm not, actually, never mind. Let me not.
First off, do you agree that what's it called? Kizaru is above Gear 5 Luffy?
Nope.
So are you aware that in Eke they just fight and Kizaru came up the upper hand in that fight?
I do not agree with that. Simple scans, please.
Okay, well, let me just send the scan.
He said above. Make sure I got that correct. You said above, not equal
Yeah, I
to.
think he's above. I think he's above Luffy. Yeah.
Nice one. Okay.
Actually, let me just like tell you the events, and then if you need any scans or anything, I'll tell you. So basically, what happens is that they fight for a bit. Luffy sends an attack at Kizaru that like dazes him for a bit. This attack causes Luffy to lose all his energy and become drained and back into his base form. And then Kizaru gets up from there, and instead of going to kill Luffy, he goes and feeds him. So my whole argument is basically that Kizaru came up at the upper hand of that fight because he could have killed Luffy, right? He was able to endure that attack and come up, and he was in a position where you could kill Luffy, whereas Luffy was in a position where he couldn't defend himself because he was completely drained and unable to even move because of how much energy Gear 5 taken him. So in the long-term battle of attrition, right, like Kizaru is just a superior combatant because he's able to endure and then kill Luffy. Whereas Luffy couldn't do that.
That's certainly an interpretation, man. Let's hope the scans you send matches that interpretation you just gave me.
Yeah, let me just send the scans.
Wait, so just to clarify for my style, you guys want me to give an unbiased judgment?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. I'm really moderator, right? I think I'm a pretty nice guy. Silly Billy Dilly.
I'm pre-cogging the question back from Ghostie. Isaac
Yo.
says in chat.
Yeah, my fucking butt stink. What the fuck?
Mono. I had to unmute just to laugh. I'm sorry.
dude, that part is so fucking smelly.
Bro, Naughty, you're fucking gross, bro.
You gotta get that shit checked
And
out. No, you
please can
stink,
you
bitch.
It's
What?
like the quality of ghosts and like fart quality, bro. So
Wow.
bad.
That's really ironic.
Nice.
If you just lost a Jiggly, you fucking loser, piece of shit. Don't ever speak about Ghostie ever again.
Oh my goodness.
Boo, why do you
You're a
think you got put
fucking
in the
piece of
low
shit.
tier, bro? Because you lost a Jiggly.
Mm.
Bro,
That
Isaac,
didn't
bro,
make
you
sense,
just
bro.
barely beat Diaz high diff, bro. Calm down, bro.
Wait, what the fuck? That show was not high def.
It was ultra extreme high diff, bro.
Even if it was, bro, that was like a year ago.
Why do you take so long to respond? Also, I'm joking, bro.
Yo, Hermes, bro, why did like Apollo kill you?
That's really
Yeah,
ironic.
for
You
real,
literally
bro.
lost to every single person you've ever debated. You're literally chronically
Yo, he said,
retarded.
"Why is Isaac talking to Moans?" But let me see what this is first up.
Yo, Lucas, bro, use my
Wait,
arguments,
isn't
man.
he racist? Isn't he racist?
Yeah, wait, hold on. I just realized who
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
I
Why
guess
is he
he
in the
is.
According to
chat?
Aspect, he renounces racism.
Okay, so,
Oh,
okay, guys,
Wait, you
guys.
can do that? Wait, we can do that? What the fuck?
How do you
Listen,
announce
guys,
the
hold up,
racism?
hold
How
up.
does it
You
even
can
work?
actually
How do you?
prove that with the consistency of your actions that you're no longer that.
Wait, Nani, can
Yeah, wait, no, we're about to discuss this right now. Actually, put
well,
this in big
one
on
second,
pause.
Hermes, one second, Hermes.
Yeah, how did he? So, what sort
Hermes,
of
Hermes,
actions
Hermes,
did he
please,
show that made
Oh,
him?
just
dude,
continue.
stop.
Okay, so Ghosty, if you've seen Scan's chat, like I sent Luffy using the White Star Gun and Kizaru, right? Both of them fall down. Luffy ends up transferring.
Before we continue, just use an entire counter the counter you're trying to like put your interpretation on.
Just the part that's relevant to like what I was
Okay, you
saying.
can scan. No, use the entire. Here's what I don't want the
Well, I mean,
do it about. Yeah, I feel like the context matter. If you're trying to say something
look,
about
I
someone
don't.
for a certain fight, obviously the entire fight matters. So it's in the entire encounter, please.
I mean, like, why is the entire encounter relevant? All them saying,
Yeah,
let
I
me just.
just need the argument. Okay, so as to why I think the entire encounter, yeah, then If you're attempting to say somebody is above somebody, knowing their context previously this game you've seen, I think it's obviously we need entire context of said fight to come to this conclusion. I don't think we should do three offhand differences or three offhand things.
I'll send you the whole fight.
Yeah, I appreciate that, buddy.
The whole fight? What the fuck?
Hey, Brown, when you make big claim, I hope you have big skins to support big claim.
Yo, you retarded?
Bitch.
Yo. Jeez, bro.
Yo, yeah.
Bro,
I
if you
forgot.
were in my,
Ooh, thank you for
bro,
speaking.
if you were
Getting
in
immediately
my,
out of here.
Hey,
bro,
Hermes,
if
bro,
you
he
in
just
my, what, bro, if you in my scan server, bro, you would be able to get every fucking scan
Facts,
ever
Carnal
on
said
this
Hey,
so.
server.
Hermes, bro, you can't lie. Ghostie dead ass just like rationalized without any knowledge because you retarded. He just rationalized how I gonna stand in it.
Yeah.
Ghostie, why'd
Yo,
you
wait.
lose to Lucas, bruh?
That's the fakest laugh ever, bro.
Edit books on books.
Nani's actually a dickhead, bro.
Genuinely the
I don't know
fakest
how you can
laugh.
say that I did a fake laugh and then you laugh like that. Like there's no way
Being
that's
fast
actually
is
Oh
not
real.
my
supposed to
god.
speak.
Hey, Nani, you don't understand the inside joke, man. You don't understand the inside joke.
I don't understand it, bro. I don't
I
understand
just,
it.
Bro. Nani, do you even know what Sagan standard is?
You're lost for words.
but I can lie. Do you know what it is? Yo, I
It's
actually
like
don't think you know what it is.
extraordinary claims are extraordinary evidence, right?
Yeah, you only knew that because you just guessed off of what
Yo,
Ghostie said.
Nani, did you wait? No, hold
Literally
on, Nani.
saying
Did you
extraordinary
wait? Hold on,
evidence.
Nani. No, hold on, Nani. Did you hear
Oh
what I
my
said?
god.
Wait,
I
no, hold
didn't.
on, Nani. Did you? No. Did you hear what I said?
No, I just said no.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, if you heard what I said, you'd realize what that's not actually the correct thing, man.
Okay.
Yeah, what I said, just to be clear for everyone that was in the VC, hopefully you guys are tracking. What I said was
Close
saw.
it down for the fucking
You don't even know what you're trying to say, but shut up, bro.
Like,
You ain't gonna
I
listen.
unironically gave him a chance to talk. I didn't want to interrupt him, and he just
Okay,
like died.
guys.
But no, what I
Uh,
was gonna say was that it was
No,
Sargon
wait,
standard,
stop there.
the
Because
yeah. Oh,
Sagan standard.
stop
Jeez,
there.
Hermes, like
Because
I'm just trying to hear you. Okay, so I sent the rest of the fight. Like you see, like a little bit of scuffle here. Like he's already fighting with his clones a bit and shit like that, and little like clashes. What is the relevance here? Because there doesn't seem to be any like external factors contextualized to the fight, unless you can like point out one or give an argument for one that make it relevant as to why the fact that Kizaru was able to get back up first and have an opportunity to kill the weakened base Luffy, like why that would change.
Wait, you're like cutting out. Wait, you're cutting out. Can you repeat that? You got
I'm just saying, like, within my argument in which that Kizaru had the opportunity to get up and kill the weakened base Luffy after both of them exerted themselves, right? There's nothing during the fight that would have suggested that there's any like context as to why Kizaru had the upper hand, as I just argued.
You
Like,
don't think he had the upper
unless you can
hand?
give
Am
an argument for
tracking that
one.
right?
What?
I'm sorry, am I tracking right? Does you not just say anyway, bro? Yeah, I'll look at the scans. Hold up. Okay.
Yeah, for the recording, I said Sargon standard, not Sagan standard.
What's a funny pussy?
The joke is basically Sargon these nuts.
Look, look, look.
Okay, so to clarify real quick, your let me get this real quick. To clarify, your argument is that Kizaru had the opportunity to get up and kill Luffy.
Yeah, like after they fought, I mean, while they fought, Luffy used the White Star gun, which drained him, and then Kizaru, after getting back up, had the opportunity to kill
Oh
him.
my
Who is doing that?
This nigga Mike ass.
Anyways, what was I gonna say? Um,
Yo, where is this nigga at? Yo,
well,
what the
I was
fuck?
saying that after,
god.
like in the
That fake
end,
laugh was crazy.
at the end of their fight, right when
That's
Luffy used the White Star
unironically my
gun,
real love.
Luffy completely drained himself, and Kizaru had the opportunity to get back up after that attack and kill him, but instead he fed him. So that's why I'm saying
Instead
like,
of okay. So I mean, I can go look at the chapter here because that's not what I'm referencing. But to attack this real quick, yeah, Star Gun. He hits some Star Gun, and then after he hits some Star Gun, I'm seeing stars, and then I'm sorry I failed you. I don't think I'll be mobile anytime soon. Right? So I don't know when other really interpretation you got here. Looking at the scan, nothing the scan says indicates or gives me any credence to the fact that I would believe that he had the opportunity to get up and attack him, right? I think you're just
Okay, you
arguing
want the
from,
scans?
wait, don't cut me off, don't cut me off, do not cut me off, do not cut me off. You have to give me any genuine propositional justification or any credence as to why I think you would randomly go up and attack him. Right now, you don't have to do that because the own scan is going against your argument. He's saying that attack is literally making him see stars. And I do think he's literal, seeing the indication of stars above the kid's head, and also to the fact he's saying I won't be mobile. So that's indicating that that attack was so powerful that it literally incapacitated him to the point where it was going in a dizzy state. But at that point, I would just say Luffy sat him out to fight. Which, if anything, that would prove my character to beat the character. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just get some scans real quick.
So like, from basically I'm asking you, that's either just like any propositional or any genuine proposition justification somehow support your interpretation. Or give me any reason as to why I would take his words, of course, to fit your interpretation, because it seems like his interpretation goes against the manga itself, which is obviously not an interpretation I would take to be true if it goes against the manga itself. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Sorry.
Yo, that shit was.
Hold on, TB, you have to be muted. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, she can laugh. Hermes can laugh. TB, you are unironically this level. Like, this is your tier. Stop laughing, bro.
Oh, Nani, that fake
That's the real
ass
laugh.
laugh.
Okay, guys.
That fake ass laugh.
Guys,
That's
okay.
the real laugh. Like, it's
So
fake
first
ass
off,
laugh.
you said like, oh, Kizaru was rendered immobile and he saw stars. I don't see the relevance in seeing stars. If anything, that can be because of Gear 5's ability to manifest things. So I don't know why that's relevant.
Wait, so how is that not
Wait, don't cut
relevant?
me off. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off, please.
Oh,
So
Ghostie meant. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, son, go ahead.
part, the seeing stars part can just not be relevant to damage, but just be like Luffy creating them as per his abilities in Gear 5. And then even if that goes into the other point that like he was immobile, that's fine. I'm fine with him being immobile. The point is that he was just immobile for not as long as Luffy, and then he could get up and kill him. And to evidence that further, as you asked, we see not only does he shift position while Luffy was eating food, right? So we do know he's actually capable of moving and getting up. But the SBS also confirmed he was the one that did in fact feed Luffy. So he was able to move and get up and fight Luffy. But instead he actually, if anything, gave him food. And the precedent for this, in case it just doesn't seem even logical to you, would be the fact that he didn't want to kill Vegapunk. So that would be an incentive to help out Luffy instead of having to like fight against Vegapunk. But yeah, you can respond.
All right, yeah, hold up. You sent the scans, correct?
Yeah, scan strap.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so for one, you kind of need to clean the change the clean. I guess that's whatever. So I think that obviously would be relevant if he's seeing stars. I don't care if it's because of Luffy's big ass toe or because of Luffy's gear probability. Either way, the components from Luffy, something from Luffy, competitive wise, is making this nigga see stars. Right? I don't care the application you're trying to say it in, and I don't see. Could you please send me any scan? I don't know unless you sent the scans. Could you just please send me any scans? I can obviously grant that Luffy, Gear 5 has property and a Goofy effect property. But to my knowledge, I've never seen it where it like makes like the effect on like how do I say this? It only pertains to him, right? Like he'll big have big guys and pop out. He'll do this, he'll do that. For Kaido, I do not recall Kaido ever like having some cartoonic effect. Right? So I don't know why, unless you can send me the scans, the consistency for these scans, I don't know why all of a sudden during Kizaru's fight that he would automatically be able to propel this property to someone. I think that interpretation is obviously assuming that he can do that. Ask you to show scans for that quote unquote assumption. Otherwise, that unwarranted assumption would just simply be dismissed. And for the scans you send, food, someone give me food. Hey, who give him food? Seize him now. And he got up. Where's Straw Hat? Okay, this literally doesn't disagree with what I said. I can grant the fact that maybe he can move a little bit. He can even sit himself up. I do not care. But based off what I said, right? I said what the manga said and what the scan said. The scan says, let me read it verbatim real quick. I do not want to misquote my words. The scan says, which one is it? The scan says, I don't think I'll be mobile anytime soon. So that does not say. So I don't think I can move my body anytime soon. I can grant this is trivially true. I don't know what type of rhetorical. I don't know what tactic you use here. this does not automatically prove that he can now get up in a bad sense and utilize his body in the same capacity or any capacity to kill Luffy, right? This can simply mean that, oh, I knocked the grandpa. The grandpa's able to move his body around a little bit. I knocked out, I incapacitated and knocked the grandpa to the grandpa to move his body around. That is not automatically correlated to the grandpa getting up and killing me, right? Or beating me. So once again, any further justification for that he can now get up and move to the capabilities to end or beat Luffy. And for this thing is chapter Luffy was so hungry and cannot move by la 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 la. Was it Sanji or Frankie who was present in him? Kizaru and the other nigga was also there. Whoever did it, never got exposed. It seemed the action set seemed to be unique. Could you explain this again further? Real quick? What are you trying to say with this?
Okay, so basically, Oda locks it down to three people, right? He's saying he's either Kizaru, Frank, or Sanji, and then he's saying that this person has the quality of moving at the speed of light, which abductively most aligns with Kizaru because he's the one that's most, what's it called, referenced as being a speed of light character. So it makes it
Yeah,
more.
what are you saying with this though? Like, what is?
So
I must have
basically,
mistracked that.
basically, in conjunction with the fact that we do know he was moving at some degree, right, through the manga panel. In conjunction with that, this one just goes outright to confirm that he did actually move to the extent that he was actually able to give all that food to Luffy, right? He went from wherever he was to feed Luffy and to give all that food to Luffy. So he was like mobile enough to actually reach Luffy, right? So my point is that yeah, he could have attacked him, he just chose to.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that he was mobile? Okay, yeah. I mean, I've already, if anything, I've already passively tagged this. I can grant that he can trivially do actions. I can grant that he can trivially be quote unquote mobile. Obviously, when he says I want to be mobile, I would just simply interpret this to be in a combative sense. After he, given the fact that he just got done in battle, I don't see why we would take this interpretation or take that interpretation of the skin to be different from yours, or not from yours. I mean, different. Right? Yeah, I don't know if I should like, grant this, but I guess I still may not really care either way. The argument I'm giving doesn't like your skin doesn't attack it, right? I can even if he did do this, right? This is a trio movement. He give him food, right? This doesn't automatically mean that he can now act in combative sense. Fuck, it's cold. Why is it raining? Go ahead.
Okay, so my problem is that what's it called? Well, first off, I'm like my argument is inclusive of his statement of saying he's not mobile anytime soon. I'm just interpreting as like, okay, well, he says he wasn't mobile anytime soon. He could have just, of course, regained mobility by the time of the statement. It would still be inclusive of him not being able to move at the time or soon after the time of when he made the statement, right? So him moving at some point after that obviously doesn't contradict that. But even if what's it called, we were to say that the movement he does here isn't mobile movement, then that's also fine with my interpretation because mobile here in this context wouldn't mean that he couldn't move at all, but just not to the same extent that he can before. So in my case, now you're asking, okay, well, why could he do some like combative movement if all we know that he did is he moved to Luffy to give him all this food? Well, if he's able to move to the extent that he can walk around the distance to go from like somewhere to get food right next to Luffy, then we know that stuff such as making like a light blade, he can make a light blade that can even cut Gear 5 Luffy. That doesn't even require as much movement, he just has to manifest it and then like swing it down with his arms. So that's trivially less movement than going like from one place to another, like walking to get some food and go and give it to Luffy, right? To place it all down next to Luffy. So it's just going to be trivially less movement to manifest a light blade and just kill it. I mean, just swing it down on Luffy. So you should be able to do that. Also, real quick, with a star point, I don't really see this the relevance of Luffy making stars anyway. Like I thought you were trying to tie that into the point of him like not being mobile, which isn't even relevant anyway, and I already explained why. But just for some proof that Luffy can actually transfer his powers onto others, you see his Gear 5 properties are like transferable to others. I just sent some scans. He does it to Kaido, where he's able to make him fat and like stretch out his eyes so he can go through them. He also is able to stretch out the very ground, right? So you can transfer his properties onto other things, and that would include Kizaru. There's no like real justification for why Kizaru would be excluded there. Yeah, you can respond.
See. What is that? What's happening? First, what's wrong? My body isn't made of rubber. He's confused, kind of his thing. Are you saying it because he automatically gets fat?
Yeah,
I'm
because
confused. Wait. Could you like? That's a small thing. Is he like? What makes him become fat? Where's Luffy in this instance?
well, the fact
I don't
is
see
that
him.
what's it called? The fact is that Kaido's body is able to unnaturally expand, right? To the point where even Kaido himself is questioning, my body isn't made of rubber.
But
This
yeah, I'm
shouldn't.
saying saying Luffy's in this. Right? Where's Luffy in this thing where his body naturally expanded?
Luffy's inside his body. You even see that? You see the panel? He's
Okay.
literally inside his body. Do you want me to send
Okay.
the scan for that? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So is that on?
as in you want me to send it or?
No, I just said.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, I see him reaching out those eyes or some
Okay,
shit.
yeah. Oh my.
Okay. Is that all you had to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So one. Uh. I guess the real point is everything you said I would like you to prove, right? I don't think we don't know shit. I don't know shit, right? I don't think we know that he's able to make a light sword, and we don't know that's trivially, or yeah, it's trivially less than walking, or sorry, not trivially less than walking, right? I can once again grant that he can walk. I don't wait anything. Let me make sure I'm not tweaking. Could you give the quantification of time between he said he's not mobile and when Luffy says he's not hungry, or like when he gives Luffy food apparently? If I were to grant that he actually did that.
I'm not aware of the exact quantification of time though.
Okay, unless I was wrong, you're trying to like were you not use that? Like, were you not trying to say that between then and there, he got more mobile shit? Were you not saying that?
I'm not saying that I'm not definitively allowed for. I'm just saying that like what's it called? Um, my interpretation accounts for the idea that okay, my interpretation wouldn't conflict with the mobile statement because of the fact that there's no definitive time frame. So the time frame very easily could have just been so that Kizaru enough, right? We have no reason to believe that the time frame was short enough that like when Kizaru said I can't move anytime soon, by the time we see him like shifting positions and feeding Luffy, he should have
Okay.
still been
Yeah,
right?
okay. So okay, I'll just simply match that. And I don't know what this little thing is. If he said we have no reason not to, for one, I would ask him to give him the reasons, and two, I would just simply say, yeah, it also could have been like a 2 minute thing, bro. Right? I would ask you to, I'm asking you to give me any justification or any empirical any evidence, right? I don't care arbitrary city ass argument for ignorance. I hate when you do that shit. I'm asking, do you know the time you said no? So I don't know why you're making claims on the time. If we don't know the time between these two actions, it's irrelevant. Therefore, we cannot make claims at said time. And really, let me defeat the Kaido shit first. To be 100% real, I do not think this justifies the burden I was putting you. I asked you to prove that Luffy put his effects and properties on others. Yeah, obviously, I would take him going into Kaido's mouth and expanding to just simply be a product of Luffy's his rubber ability, not his Gear 5 ability, right? If we know that he's able to expand like a rubber ball, and he does it inside of a nigga, I don't see why we would just be like, oh shit, now he's applying this to him, or I don't, or shit, this that, right? I don't see anything cartoony on with this. Yeah, I don't see anything that's going on cartoony within that scan that would support your hypothesis that he is applying these cartoonic properties on somebody. See the second skin, he blows fire breath. Yeah, I don't see once again. I don't see nothing that it shows me or gives me any indication to now agree with you that Luffy puts any cartoony effects on somebody else for themselves. I just think for himself, if anything, this is more right to say himself. So you didn't justify that correctly. And two, yeah. So the whole light source shit, I would literally want you to give me not even justification. I want evidence, right? I want evidence that I can agree that it's mobile. I can agree that he walks. Obviously, I think it takes time. Not even take time. I think it takes a lot of energy to utilize devil fruit powers. So no, I don't know why we would automatically or willingly or unknowledgeably grant the fact that Kizaru, just because he can walk, now he can summon a light sword and kill Luffy. Obviously, I think him raising his hand and doing something is physically less than him walking, but him utilizing devil fruit in that movement along with the movement requires energy, and obviously that's inclusive with with him saying he's mobile. I also think this be more parsimonious because I don't know why you're making these extra assumptions, the extra unwarranted assumptions that you're making, or you're making many of them. But the unwarranted assumptions you're making is, oh well, I mean, if we would account for the time, bro, we should just assume that it wouldn't be this long or that long. That's an assumption. Unless you could show me any justification or any empirical evidence for that, that's going to remain an assumption. And two, uh, holy shit, I forgot. Let me hold up. And two, as to the other assumption, I don't even think I need two. It's whatever. And to attack this again, to be real with you, bro. Uh, even a nigga I can't hear. Hey man, don't mean to be a rat, but I don't think we can abductively conclude anything, bro. Right? I think we can find multiple reasons. To like conclude that it can't conceptually be Kizaru. I think it's ambiguous for a reason, and ambiguity obviously would choose someone else, right? It's giving multiple different three characters. At the end, be multiple answers to this question, even giving the whole speed of the thing. I would need you because you're assuming that you're supposing that Frankie and Sanji can't move at the speed of light at all. So I would once again need you to show that to be the case. And yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first off, I'll just all 3 points. First, it's okay. My abduction can be used there. I explained why, and no, it doesn't presuppose.
Wait, you said induction or
Wait, I'm not.
abduction?
Let me.
I didn't hear you. Better like speak
Okay,
concisely.
okay. I'll speak a little slower, but I just don't want to be interrupted. Because I let you talk all that much. So first off, when it comes to abduction, I already explained why I could do it, and it doesn't presuppose that Sanji and Frankie can. It's just due to the general referential property of Kizaru being able to move the speed of light. This, to my knowledge, it's never really referenced for Sanji and Frankie. It's consistently referenced for Kizaru. That's the whole credence of the abduction. Second off, about the whole like parsimony about the time. Well, obviously we're each making an assumption ourselves about like the time that would be taken. You're saying it's short, so that the whole like mobile thing wouldn't really make sense for him to be moving. I'm assuming it's long enough for Kizaru to make that statement and like still be able to move at some point later, right? That enough time has passed. So there's not really like an extra assumption I'm making there. Obviously, for him to move, like to quantify how it's less movement, for him to move, he has to go walk all the way over to where the food is, then pick up the food, then go to where Luffy is, and drop down the food, right, place it, and then go back to where he was because we see he's actually like resting on a rock somewhere else. As for the point about the sword, so physically it's like much more movement. I just quantified it, and then as for the light sword, I don't know. Kizaru's depleted on energy just because he's not like easy to move. Like even when at the point where he was like immobile, I don't know why that meant he was depleted on energy because like right after this he's fighting Luffy and just spamming a bunch of light shit. We know that obviously light doesn't require physical like movement to manifest. Like there's no indication, first off, you'd be presupposing that he's like actually burnt out on energy here rather than just like his mobility, and that wouldn't even be as consistent with the because of how he manifests light just like right after this. And lastly, to respond to the Kaido thing, so I already explained how he like stretches out the wall or like the floor, and that's how he's transferring his gravity onto the floor. And then as with Kaido, again, it's the fact that he's expanding Kaido's body, which is a property of rubber, to just freely expand. It's not just Luffy's body. He's making Kaido's body expand, and even Kaido to the point where he questions like him being able to expand this way would like of rubber. Like, he's like, my body's made of rubber. Why is this? So now you can respond.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Hello. Okay. Can you send those scans? You mentioned that after this he did some light attack. Could you send the scans?
Yeah, I'll send the scans of Luffy. I mean, of them like using the light attacks, right? Right. Ghostie?
What's
Hold
up?
up. Oh, my bad. No, I just want to make sure because sometimes my audio cuts out when like people leave, and I obviously don't want that to happen. So I'm just sending the scans of when like he's already used his light attacks after this, right? Okay, yeah. Here's and scans chat. So he just like spams a bunch of light beams. He's able to shoot a ton of light bullets.
Wait, this is after he says he's mobile anymore?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, can you chapter, please?
Yeah, let me find it in Punk Records. Kizaru Egghead. Shows a Saturn. Oh, there we go. It is chapter
Bro, shut up and get the chapter, bitch.
1109. Ghostie?
Yeah, 11:09. I heard you, buddy.
No problem, no problem. I just check in because like if you keep saying stuff and I cut out, like that's all. Don't worry.
Hey, I need to get the Sham tweak. I need to get the regular one, not the colored one.
You're not fucking suck.
Eleven oh nine. Let's get it. What there is that he gets, he won't be mobile for a while.
I believe it's 1094. No, let me see. It's 1095. Or is-
1095. Okay.
or 1094. See the 1095. Though.
I'm trying to see when he like returns his energy. Or whatever. 5. You know when he got his energy back?
When you like started fighting again and like moving around, you mean? Like when he got his mobility back? Because
Okay, so I lost him this weekend. I lost him this weekend. I wanna make sure I got this correct.
What do you mean? We're gonna be real confused, bro. Hey, if y'all keep on sending doxes and chat, y'all getting banned. But these niggas not even cool. Alright, go ahead.
I just follow Luffy. He's a Luffy. He's knocked out. He's up to food. Luffy again, and they begin fighting again. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So he get food to it's
Yeah.
you send this chat that I don't get that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, send what?
Like just saying that Luffy got knocked out or whatever, or he got his energy depleted, and then because I was like, oh shit, man, you're down. Let me go help you, bro. Like he got food, and then after he got food, they began fighting again. Like did he get food for the purpose of them fight again?
I already told you the incentive for that though.
He said what?
But I told you the incentive for that though.
No, bro. I'm asking. Like, if bro, he just send scans like in the order eventually claiming it to be, bro.
So send these.
Because
scans
I'm
to me.
saying because this doesn't make sense within accordance to like the narrative or whatever. I don't get why the fight would end and knowing Kizaru has a different mission. I don't know why he would then abandon his mission to then go get food to then go raise the op he was fighting to fight the op again. That does not make sense to me.
I mean, I like. What's it called? I mean, I'll send. Okay, like. I'll send the scans in chronological order just so you can like tell the time frame. But it is basically as I've just agreed to. They both get knocked down, right? Yeah, they both get knocked down. Then Kizaru goes to feed Luffy, and then they go fight. And the reason why they go fight is because even though Kizaru doesn't want Vegapunk to be killed, right, which is what he's actively opposing by fighting Luffy, he what's it called? He still has a duty to the world government, right? Which is why he's there in the first place. So he like a logical incentive would be that to prioritize his own standing in the government while also prioritizing Vegapunk's life is that he
Thank
helps
you.
Luffy. Is that he helps Luffy while
I'm about
also
to eat the whole thing.
who is bro? Who is that?
Is that
Who's
Taz?
that? Whoever's doing that, like chill out.
Yeah,
What's this?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so basically, my point is that he wants to both prioritize his standing in the government and Vegapunk's life, right? So a logical incentive, a logical way of doing that is to both fight Luffy, so it doesn't seem like he's what's it called, on their side to Saturn, who was also on the island, right, the big government guy, but to also assist Luffy when Luffy can't fight anymore, right? So he's like, okay, I'm helping him out because Luffy's fighting against us, so Vegapunk stays alive, but I'm also gonna fight back, so it doesn't seem like I'm on his side. So that would be like a logical justification for the order of events. But yeah, that is the order of events. I'll even send the scans just like in chronological order so you can understand it a little bit better. Wait, are you talking?
No, man.
These are the scans of the order of events. Like I can even send the chapter links for each of these you would prefer, but whatever suits you best.
Yeah, nigga, bedtime about to be closed. Man, niggas need to hurry up.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, bro.
Nah,
All
man.
right.
I love
Y'all
this
niggas
song.
still on the same point, bro.
Still-
When can we
Shit.
get that shit?
Oh God, yo, is Joy in this bitch? Uh,
Wait, can you set me? Is this hold up? I don't. Wait, what the fuck, man? This game has multiple spelling errors. Is this even fucking real?
what scan?
Let me reverse my search this, bro. I am speaking. All right. Hey, man.
Bro.
Sure not. Bro, I gotta read this whole fight again. Let's see, bro. But hey, man. Maybe 24 minutes left. All right, cool. All right. Did you send chapter links or?
Oh, I mean, I didn't know if you wanted them. I just sent the panels in order, but if you want them, I'll get them for you. I mean, do you want them? Like, I'm assuming
Oh
you do.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad, bro. That's you
No,
getting.
it's okay. I just because it takes some time for me to get them, right? It's just preferably not if I don't have to. But it's 1100. Thank God. When is this? Oh, it's so long, bro.
bro, hurry the fuck up, bitch.
My bad, man. I think it's here.
Hey, you better be polite before I get mad, seriously.
Bro, y'all niggas is ass.
Hey,
It's this one. Last
does
fight.
anybody have a One Piece server with the leaks? Like they post the leaks.
I'll
Yeah, I
send
got.
it. Is
One.
that mono? I'll send it.
Alright, yeah, thank you, bro.
You're welcome, bro.
And it's so excited. It's a mono ascendant.
Wait, Nani,
What's up?
what are your thoughts on the new Mihawk upscale?
What's
Oh,
the
come
new update?
on. It's because Emu's blade is supposedly not black.
Emu has a blade? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Mihawk Victor!
Yo, time that guy out. Who the
What
fuck
is
is that?
Bro,
Who
I'm
the fuck
getting,
is that?
I'm getting a smoothie right
Oh
now.
God, yo. I need to go beat my shit too, bro. Nigga taking all day.
Exactly, bro. We got a
What?
good circles, nigga.
Here are the chapter links I just sent them.
Yo, Nani, bro.
What's up?
Have you accepted that, like, most of your mods are gay, bro?
What? But how?
If it's probable that most of Nani's mods are gay, I am a mod of Nani. In trouble, shut the fuck up, bro.
I went, bro, what? What? Like, I wasn't even doing anything, bro.
Precisely right.
All right, yeah, let me hurry up and lock in, bro. Let me lock in. Let me hurry up and look at this. All right, this makes zero sense, but whatever.
Her niggas is ass. Shit.
You said you need ass?
Shit, I need that too, but
All right. So as to one, yeah, you're okay. I don't think just because one character is consistently stated as something and other characters, I mean, this is under your interpretation. I don't grant this, obviously. And these other characters are quote unquote not stated to be stated at the speed of light, automatically means that these characters cannot be the ones we're talking. See, Oda would know that these characters are referred to this, but that still has an ambiguous reason behind that, right? There's still ambiguity, or there's still I said the rest wrong. There's still a reason as to why I would take that. You are kind of presupposing that these characters can move at the speed of light because these characters can move at the speed of light. I'm not saying they can, but they could. And you're just ignoring that and bypassing that. And what you're doing by bypassing that is you're using the quotations of him saying speed of light. Obviously, I can probably grant that he refers to Kizaru at speed of light as his property, sure. But I don't know, just because I don't know why we would take to the fact that he doesn't do that for other people, that automatically excludes them, right? I would still need some evidence as to why they are at speed of light. Just because he is called or usually referred to as speed of light, it's kind of irrelevant. But what was it? I shouldn't say about the food. Uh, kind of think I already tagged that. I'm not gonna lie. And did you question as to why the sword, the speed, like light sword, would take power? I mean, energy.
No, I was basically saying why. I was basically putting the question why he's actually drained of energy in the first place.
Why he is drained of energy? Okay. Uh, let's see the scans real quick. Scan. That's a. Which feels like you see the percentage because our let's see. All right, yeah. So I mean, the reason I think we used to be out of energy because to my assumption, these kids are fighting Sky or whatever. He gets hit, and once he gets hit, like I said, he's incapacitated. I guess I can get to like he's out of the fight. I guess I can get to that question, but under that interpretation, I believe that if it's the fact he's also mobile, or yeah, he's not quote unquote mobile. He won't be mobile for a while. It's also the fact that he got knocked to the ground. I think it's obviously inductively that we can say based off those observations that he is out of energy. Right? I think I would just simply follow unless you show me anything otherwise. And what else did you say about the Hokkaido shit? Yeah, you didn't really attack the claim. I obviously grant that that happened. I'm not that happened because of Luffy. I'm saying that happened because of we know his rubber properties, right? Not that his Gear 5 cartoonish properties. I don't believe. I think if Gear 4 tried to do that, the same concept will come, right? Unless you can show me that Kaido can normally expand when someone's inside of him that have rubber properties, which is a crazy claim to make, basically, right? So in the ground part, I don't. really care. I'm pretty sure the claim was he can do this to other people, right? I don't. Sure, he can do it to inanimate objects. That's really irrelevant. What else did you say? Yeah. Also, to hurry this up, I don't really. Another reason as to why I don't think we can conclusively put this above him. Right prior to this and after this, he was just getting beat the fuck out of. I can send that. Leading up into this, he was getting beat the fuck out of. Luffy, literally, even leading to that thing to where he was quote unquote immobile, or he had the opportunity to end Luffy, he was still beat the fuck out of. Right, so Luffy did beat him in a fight. The first, I think I follow the events as follows: he beats him in a fight. Luffy or Kizaru like lays on the ground, quote unquote gives them food or allegedly gives them food, get back up, they fight again, 2v1s and still beats both of them. I can get those scans if you want. So those are two instances to proving Luffy beating both of them. And for the whole shit where he's like, I just don't see any evidence, right? If he has the, I can like, I just don't get how we can conclude that because since he can walk and he has enough energy to walk, he can now literally kill Luffy. I don't even think he had Luffy, bruh. I think like Linux took him or some shit. But yeah, man, go ahead.
Okay. So first off, I mean, while I'm like going over my points, you can send the times where you believe that like Luffy was outperforming Kizaru in a way that would show like overall combative superiority. Because my argument, like, it can entail that there can be points where Luffy was having the advantage against Kizaru. That's fine, but just in the long term overall combative sense, Kizaru was able to endure that and then have that opportunity. And I'll go into the next 2 points to justify your contentions to that. So first off,
Like,
with
you still, man?
I'm just saying, like, you're saying, okay, there are points where, like, Luffy was beating Kizaru even in a 2v1. So, like, while I'm going over the other things, first off, send that, obviously. I want to see, like, I want to prove that. But even if there are points in which Luffy was overpowering Kizaru and, like, outdoing him physically, my point can be inclusive of that because I'm saying in the overall sense, Kizaru was able to outlast this and get to a point where he had the advantageous spot over Luffy and could have killed him, right? So they can be granted that there are points in which Luffy was able to outperform him.
Yo, I
Second,
go, I like cut out, and then you had to repeat like all of that, bro. You like cut out, and then I left to try to rejoin to see if I could hear you again.
so you want me to, okay, let me read it one more time then. So basically, first off, I'll go over the other things, but for the Luffy beating up Kizaru thing you said, prove that. I want scans of that. But while you're doing that, I'll also just say that I like that's inclusive. If there are points where like Luffy was outperforming Kizaru like physically and shit and beating him up, that's inclusive of him like Kizaru. My argument for Kizaru being overall combatively superior because I'm saying in the long term battle, the overall combat sense, like he was able to outlast him and then just able to what's it called get into position to kill him. Now to go on to the other things you said, for example, the abductive reasoning point, I already kind of justified it. Like abductive reasoning is just making the most likely conclusion off a set of observations. The set of observations would be that like it's consistently denoted as a property of Kizaru that he's the speed of light, whereas you have no basis that this property, even if they can move the speed of light, there's no basis for this property being like name dropped and assigned to Sanji and Frankie, right? So whether or not they can move at that speed is irrelevant. Because it's a property that the story consistently assigns to Kizaru. So the most likely basis off of that would be that he is the one who did it. For the immobile thing, like I do need a correlation for him being immobile, meaning he has no energy. I put it in the question, and I already gave the argument with Kizaru using this shit later as to why, like, you think he still has energy and the ability to manifest his fruit even if he was immobile. And then for the inanimate objects point, or at least for the Gear 5 power Luffy point, first off, like, that presupposes that just because he can transfer his powers to inanimate objects, he wouldn't be able to do so to humans. Like, I need a distinction for other people, right? The point is he can do it to other things, right? People are obviously things. What would be the like distinction between something that's alive and something that's not alive that would give like what's it called probability to him not being able to, or at least put into question as to whether or not he'd be able to do it against them. And then for Kaido, I also kind of justify this. Like even Kaido himself using as a basis questions like why his body's able to do this, and even says, "Oh, I'm not made of rubber." So it shows that this unnatural expansion that is going over his body, right? His body's expanding. It's unnatural to the degree that he's saying this shouldn't be possible, right? Which can be best explained by Luffy's abilities. And coincidentally, he also says, not even coincidentally, but I think there's a relation, obviously. He says like, "Oh, my body's not made out of rubber, right? This is something he expects of rubber." And as we know, like with the wall, for example, or the floor or the ground, Luffy can transfer those properties onto others. That's basically it. You can respond.
All right. So to attack the whole inanimate shit, I think why I would think he's able to do this or justification as to why I think the difference between something that's fucking inanimate and something that's alive. I wouldn't say they have two different ontological existences. I would feel jargon, but these are two different properties, or these are two different applications of properties. These are two different intrinsic things. I don't know why. I would need some either. I would need heavy justification or any every evidence to the fact that we can conclude that if he's able to do it to something that has no breathing cells, etc., etc., as he's able to apply his ability on something that's inanimate or something that's not alive. Why would he randomly be able to just do it while something that is alive, right? That's kind of what I'm saying. I don't need to give you any evidence. I'm not presupposing that this is the case. There's this thing off the scans you sent me. This doesn't back up what I said, or sorry, back up what you said, or what you sent. Yeah, the nigga, I can grant you probably do it on some things, but inanimate objects, nothing you sent or said would show that he's able to do it on living things, which was the claim. And for the Kaido shit, what did I miss? The Kaido shit, the Kaido shit, the Kaido shit, the Kaido shit. Oh, I mean, you're not really attacking what I'm saying, man. Yeah, okay, I can obviously grant that Kaido is made of rubber. I'm not saying, yeah, unless you can show me any other instance in the manga where he is putting another fucking, what am I saying? Oh, he was put in another fucking thing. Oh yeah, situation to where he was being expanded from the inside to where he would say that like in a joking manner. I just don't think you can show that, obviously, right? This doesn't happen. So I don't get where you would quote that or point that towards the fact that it was year 5, the abductive shit. Obviously, I don't think it's irrelevant for the whole point that he put them in there, right? He wants to be ambiguous. There could be multiple different truths to this said thing. I would need any further justification, once again, external to the scan, stating that speed of light. That's what's in question. I'm putting into question who they are talking about when they say that. You're saying, yeah, you're saying, yeah, abductively, they're talking about Kizaru because they refer to him as. Matter of fact, let me reread the scan. I don't recall if it says. Let me see. La la la. Action C to be done in speed light. Even I can see it. Yeah. So this is doesn't give or any title to somebody, right? I mean, we know he could probably move at the speed of light, but this is presupposing that the other characters can't move at the speed of light, which is the whole original claim. I'm gonna ask you to please either stop presupposing that and show any evidence for these people not being able to move at the speed of light, or just simply concede to the fact that it's obviously ambiguous, right? I don't think we can conclude that it's Kizaru based off him being referred to as speed of light. And what was what else? I seen you. I'll get you the stuff of why I think he was fucking winning, and obviously after. And yeah, man. Wait, Trevor, how much time do we have left?
Oh, 7 minutes.
Okay. And also, I don't think that the whole longevity point like even applies here, right, bro? Because he was rendered immobile from the fight. That's the whole point. So I don't know why we're thinking this as a fight. Then after the fight, there's intermission to the fight. But the fight happened. He got knocked out, and Luffy only lost due to the fact that he was successfully using Gear 5, right? So it's not even like he lost to Kizaru in any competitive sense, right? I don't think that even proves relativity, let alone that Kizaru is above. I can probably grant something trivial like that, even I'm not granting it. But yeah. So he knocks him out. I want you to note this. He's literally rendering him immobile. By that logic, I'm saying he won the fight, right? Because Kizaru didn't beat the fuck out of Luffy. Kizaru didn't beat the fuck out of Luffy, or Kizaru didn't incapacitate Luffy. Luffy literally incapacitated him, which would just give more likelihood to the fact that Luffy is above him. If he's able to knock him out with a punch to where he's seeing stars, he literally hits him so hard to the point he's scarring on his face and shit. And then, yeah, I get this. Yo, let me hold on, look at this. Looks like my punches are the eye laser shit. I think he hits him. I'm not letting YouTube run off. I'm not sure. I don't even know what you mean by this. But I'm still typing. Yeah, man. I don't. Shit's gonna ass. Or I was just trying to say in order. And then for the actually, I just you sent already. For the before shit, Luffy goes into Gear 5. The only real attack he's already gets on him was a scratch with his sword. Otherwise, Luffy's dodging it. Luffy outreacts it. He's fighting multiple different Kizaru clones. He even tricked them, I guess. And he literally knocked them all out, right? Once again, I don't know where you would. I would just take that as to be him being superior. That's literally him beating the fucking Kizaru clones. And the only relevant attack you're able to let on him is a scratch, right? With multiple clones, by the way. Would you sit after that? Them scuffling in the air. I don't even think they're really scuffling. I think Luffy like him. I think Luffy was hitting her repeatedly, hence the bam 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 boom. I don't think Kizaru. I don't think we like obviously take that for Kizaru going back and forth, knowing how Kizaru fights. He fights with light. I don't think light or whenever he used light to make that sound effect on panel, bam 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 boom. That's indication it's a physical blow. So I would just simply index that to Luffy beating the fuck out of him. And then yeah. I don't even think it would be in character for fucking Kizaru to kill somebody. I don't think it'd be in character for him to go ahead, do that, or even if the fight was over, or even if he had the opportunity to do that, I don't think it'd be in character for him to after kill Luffy. Like, let's assume that this is what you're saying is the case. There's nothing reflective unless you can show me. Obviously, he just hasn't shown nothing to prove that in character he would do this, right? So he would still lose. If he loses the fight, he just loses the fight. I don't think he goes to kill him, as you've shown. Go ahead, man.
Okay. That's quite a lot. First off, so their whole point with like the two different properties between like living, non-living, this goes circular because I've already asked for the relevance of the fact that they both have these different properties. Obviously, right, we can acknowledge like Kizaru is alive, the floor is not, but like what is the relevance of that property? I've not really like explained that or justified why that'd be relevant, just beyond just saying it is. Second thing for Kaido, well, the point of for Kaido, whether or not he's been stretched like that before is irrelevant. I'm just saying that like that's something that he puts into question, right? That he's confused about, right? So the story's acknowledging this is not something natural. I'm just saying that this is like another abductive argument. Like the best explanation that we have is Luffy because there's no empirics or anything else that could possibly cause Kaido's body to swell unnaturally like that beyond Luffy's transference powers, right? And then for the old like ambiguous point for the SBS, I didn't even know why Oda's trying to be ambiguous there, just because he mentions multiple people. But even if he was, he can be ambiguous and still imply, or there can still be someone that's likely, whether or not he's implying it himself or not, to be like the what's it called, the one that did it, like some Blue's Clues mystery shit, right? You can have a mystery with hints that give you a likely conclusion, right? And I think whether or not Oda was purposely dropping those or not by mentioning the speed of light thing, right? The speed of light thing is still relevant because moving at the speed of light, as I said, is a property most attributed to Kizaru. We have no basis for it being attributed to the other two. Now, for the whole, and again, like I already said, why doesn't presuppose the whole like he can't move at the speed of light. Now, for the like not losing in a combative sense, like the whole point is that that's part of the fight. Them Luffy using the White Star gun at the end and dropping out, right? That's obviously part of the fight. And the whole idea is that without any interruptions, what happens is that Luffy doesn't get his food, so Kizaru's gonna get back up and then just fucking kill him, right? Because then you say, why is that not in character? Well, why is it not in character for Kizaru to kill? Well, first off, I don't really know why this is a matter of like what's it called, what's in character. Because I'm just saying, like with Kizaru having this capability of doing such, even if it wasn't in character, the whole point is that he's combatively superior because it's his choice whether or not he wants to kill Luffy. He has this capability of killing Luffy after he's already drained Luffy of his stamina and like outlasted him to do this, right? So to like further elaborate, I'm just saying that like in the end of the day, if he fought Luffy and then he was
Hey,
capable
can you
of
not cut it off?
just
You
give me
have
a
two
second.
minutes. You have 2 minutes left.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't want
If
you
he was able
to.
to, if he was able to endure Luffy to the point that he was able to get up before him and kill him, right? Whether or not it's in character, as I just said, that still shows him overall combative, able to win the fight, right? Better in the fight. Now, as for what you're saying, like I don't know why Luffy beating up the clones really means he's overall like better than Kizaru. In that panel where they're clashing, it isn't really too relevant whether or not they were clashing, because again, Kizaru was able to outlast him. But I do think they would be clashing, because first off, right, for him to be like making, he could just like there could still be a physical clash when he's contacting light. I don't know why that's a contradiction for him to just be like clashing with the light and them still to be making like the bam bam sounds. And second off, it makes sense because his arms aren't really connecting in that panel with anything with like Kizaru's body, so it makes more sense that he's just clashing with like lasers that are like meeting in the middle. If you look at the paneling there, but yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, yeah, so one actually, I was just justification that his arms were clashed with him. I don't know why we take the formation not be the case. Two, I don't really care the fact it's granted to Kizaru to still like I to prove or show that these things are not attributed to Sanji and Frankie. That's the question. I don't know, I keep saying that. And three, you're missing the claim that I'm saying that Kaido he's only met two kind of via his rare factory or rubber thing, not because it's a true fact. Therefore, I had to see for Gear 5. That's what I'm saying. And three, the justification for us, I think the floor and thing kind of are different. These are two ontological distinct things, right? They have different properties that make them up, right? Kaido has a consciousness, he has red blood cells, he has white blood cells, he has a heart, he has a stomach, etc., etc. The floor does not, right? These are two ontologically distinct things. Because it's ontologically distinctness, I think obviously it would be the case that these two things are treated in different such manners, just the correlations, etc., etc. As to why I don't think you really mistracked the last point. Yeah, I'm saying if we see him movie to beat the clones and he does all these grand things, him clones, including him, he's only to learn from scratch. That actually shows levels between him and Luffy, right? He's not able to conclusively hit him to a matter degree, even if he has help, the help being himself, obviously. And the other things, I guess we're trying to claim that he's able to outlast him. That's what I'm saying. It's simply not the case, since we see that Kizaru is literally getting his ass beat. He knocked out at the same time Luffy did, yet Luffy's still conclusively beating. So I'm saying that in the fight, they fight. I don't think this fight was also drawn up by multiple different factors, right? The whole running away shit. So I think that actually added extra time on to Gear 5. So I think it's a strictly fight in the scenario that we're assuming it to be. Obviously, it'd be less waste of time. So I don't see any reason as to why that this would be the case that he wears him out. So you're saying
Time
the only
limit
reason he
doesn't reach
beats him is because he
though.
wears
Time limit
out?
doesn't reach
Time
though.
living reach. All right, yeah, see the wreck.